Hi guys, TinaGale here, and I am back with another load share. So I'm doing LOAD220 with the Scrap Happy membership. So that is layout a day, and we are on day 14, and I have 14 layouts. I cannot even believe it. I am so stoked that I have made it this far. So this is all 14 layouts. You can go back. I did a layout share after week 1, so you can see the first 7 layouts, but I decided just to stick them all here for right now just because it's impressive and it makes me happy. So today I'm going to share week 2, so it's prompts 8 through 14. And some of them are just quick layouts because this last week has been crazy busy of the evenings. I've had appointments after work and stuff, so just not a lot of time, and I come home wiped out and just ready to go to bed. So let's go through and look at this week's. Let me pull out. Okay, so this was week 1's stack, which I've already shared. I'll have the link at the end of this video so you can go back and watch it if you missed it. There's also a process video on the first one, or somewhat of a process video, so you can catch it. So this is day 8, and day 8's prompt was, do you have an adventurous spirit or prefer to stay close at home, and symbols of home and all of that. So I kind of went loosely. This is a layout about my daughter and one of my good friends. And she had some extra tickets to the theater. My daughter loves the theater, and so I was just kind of hinted like, you know, why don't you ask her, because she'll really enjoy that. So they went together and had a blast. So she went on an adventure. She is a lot like me. She's a little bit of a homebody, but she also likes to get out and be just a little bit adventurous as well. So they had went to see Fiddler on the Roof, and I pulled out some old Paige Evans collection. So I think this is from Turn the Page, but I'm not 100% sure. And then some of the embellishments are from newer collections. But I had this background paper with all the houses, so I thought that was kind of appropriate for Fiddler on the Roof. Just layered up some paper. I tried to do just a either tone on tone or a solid. This is an ombre paper, so you can see it's lighter at the top and it gets darker. Because the background is so busy, just so that it have a place to rest, I did use just this little bit of print up here that has the florals, because I was using this title. This is a chipboard title from one of the chipboard sticker sheets, and it was floral, so I kind of want to repeat that and then just add in just a touch of floral just for the little feminine. This is a Polaroid frame, and I just stuck it in there and then just took lots of different word labels and put in here. All of this is from the chipboard sticker sheet, and like I said, I think this is for one of the newer collections, and then this little bit up here. For the journaling, I put just a clear pocket, a little acetate pocket here. Again, just to kind of tone down the background because it is so busy. I did this little journaling spot. This is one of the ephemera pieces. And just put my journaling on it. Took one of the chipboard flowers for the end so that you'd have something to grab a hold of. Plus, it's just cute there and helps with the cluster. So that was day 8. I also sewed on this layout, so go me. I just took the individual pieces of paper, so there was these 3 papers. I just took those to my sewing machine, just sewed all the way around them before I'd adhere them, just for a little bit of fun and texture. This one was one of my days that it was a little bit busy, but I had a little bit more time. So this is actually part of a double page layout. So there's only a couple of photos on here. Most of the photos are on the other layout, which you'll see in a few days, because I saved it for a night that I knew I wouldn't be getting home until 7:30 or 8 o'clock. And this layout is just made from one of the papers that just has border strips, and you just cut it all apart. And it was actually a make and take that we were able to pick up at a crop that I had went to last year, and I didn't do it at the crop. I just brought it home. So it had a sketch, and it was just a 1-page layout. So I based it off that sketch. There's a lot of it that's the same for this page, but I stretched it out so that I could make it a 2-page layout, and I'll pull it back out when I get the second page done. So this did not go with the prompt. It was about best friends and things like that, how you met them and knew. So I thought this was a great design with the border strips. So if you have those papers and you're not ever sure how to use them, this is an awesome design to do. So you can just cut them apart, mix up some of the colors. I put the wood grain kind of in between, and you know, the more white and black, and then a heavy black here, and just repeat it. This strip up here is also part of this sheet. It's just another one of the border strips. So I just cut it down to make a little journaling block out of it. Put my title on here. Today is printed on here, but I took letter stickers and put the word moving. And then this was a little sticker. This camera is from a border strip from this paper, and I just fussy cut it for an embellishment. I went to my little sticker books that I'd made that was themes because I knew I had some houses, and just picked this one with just that little red heart. Again, it was a repeat of the brown to kind of soften all the black and white, but just a pop of that red. And I used wood grain embellishments. So love how that one turned out. Quick, easy, but super cute. So I'm going to put it over here because I'm going to pull it back. Let's see. This one, I didn't do prompt either. This was a day about sweets, and you were supposed to use a lot of clusters of embellishments. So this was just a quick, easy layout. Like I said, this week was all about, let's just get something on a page. So this is my daughter and a couple of her work friends, and I just wanted to document that. And so this was another one that I had. If you watched the week one, I talked about how I put all of my scraps off to the side. So you probably saw these scraps in that video. I just pulled them out, cut them down into little squares and rectangles, and just clustered them up behind the photos just to do a quick design. This was some of the branding strips that you also saw in that container. Just pulled them out to do a little treatment up at the top. This was one of the papers too that was in that scrap bin. I just fussy cut a couple of the little animals and put on here. And one of the sticker sheets that went to, I think it was this collection. I can't even think. Freebird from Photoplay Paper. This is a sticker from the sticker sheet, and this one is too. So that's in my Rascog cart with that collection because it was a collection I was going to try to use. Just put it on cardstock, and another page done. This one, this is that Freebird collection from Photoplay Paper. So again, that was just a collection I had in the Rascog cart because I actually have the full collection, and then I got it in a scrap room kit, so I have a lot of this paper and 2 sheets of the embellishments, so I really wanted to get some of it used. And this is kind of just documenting the fun stuff. Not everything's all roses. So this was off prompt again. This week was not a day or not a week for me to really stick to the prompts. I just needed to get layouts done. But I had these photos where I had to go to urgent care. Had got contacts this last year. It's the first time I've ever wore contacts. So it is a definite learning curve. And so I had actually scratched my eye and damaged it pretty good. So I had to go to urgent care and get it taken care of. So I really had a lot of fun with some of these phrase stickers that are like in the Tim Holtz sticker books. There's some of them you read and you're like, when in the world am I ever going to use that? Well, this was a perfect one. So some of them are reality check, a survivor, seriously, and then the LOL, this is a puffy sticker. The struggle is very real, perfectly imperfect, and that awkward moment, and then best advice. And I just journaled about nobody told me how difficult it was to learn how to wear contacts, especially at my age. So yeah, it's been quite funny. My kids are loving it because they've worn contacts all of their life. So they just think I'm clueless. But I just cut, I basically started with a mat over both the photos and then just cut a couple of different sizes of papers here just to build up the background. That was basically it. It was mostly about the story. So here is the second half of this layout. So this was the night that I came home really, really late and needed to get something done. And so I knew that it was coming up. And so I saved the rest of these photos for that night because I knew I was just going to use a few of the border strips, mostly just photos and, you know, just a little embellishment. So this was really quick. In fact, I got it done and my husband's like, did you already do your layout? I was like, yep, plan for it. Smart. So I use those Tim Holt word phrases and just stuck those around. Originally, I thought I was just going to bring the design straight across, but when I started working on this page and started laying things down, I didn't really like it, and I had so many photos, so I decided to just mimic it at the top, so it just kind of flips. So that's one thing when you're stretching one layout into two layouts. You can think about it can go this way. You can just mirror it. You could turn it this way where you're putting everything, whatever's down here is going to be off to the side, which that would have totally worked here except for my words would have been going up. Or you can flip it and it go this way. You can also mirror it where it goes that way. So think about that when you're trying to stretch out. Another thing to pull it all together, I had this, and this is the back of all of this paper. So it's a chevron, a black and gray chevron. So I flipped it over and then took another strip of it so that I would have a little bit more and banner cut it over here, just so that it would pull all the way around and just kind of marry these two pages together. And then this strip here, this is one whole border strip, but I cut it in half and then just brought it across again. So this is diagonal this way, this is repeated this way. So it just kind of brings the whole layout together. So that was another thing. So if you try to do layout a day and you're really busy in time, try to plan a few of those layouts, whether it be the other half of a double page layout or just a really simple, quick layout that you can really use the paper to its full advantage. Okay, so this was my fun day. I had a little bit more time to play with this one. And again, not on prompt or anything. This was just photos I have wanted to scrapbook for a really long time. So these papers are actually from a paper pad, so I had those pulled. They're in my Rascog cart because I wanted to use them. I've had sworn off paper pads for a long time, and then I've kind of gotten sucked back into them because they've come a long way. They're really nice and you can get them really cheap. But if I'm not going to use them, I need to stop buying them. So I had put a couple in my Rascog cart just to force myself to use them. And I love them. The greens and the mints and this golden yellow was perfect for Chewbacca. And this little story, it really let those pictures become the forefront and really pop off that page. And then I wanted to use some wood grain again, just to play off. This is the woodlands. You see all the trees and all of that. And my little title was Hug a Wookiee. And the embellishments were from that box. If you watch that first one, it's from this box here. All those odds and ends that I have. And pulled them out. Would have never pulled them out, or, to do it originally. But I found this little ticket in here. It says Magical Celebrations Ticket Company. So I thought that was perfect. Had this puffy sticker that says today, so that let me repeat those. I actually had a little Mickey punched, and it has that golden, and I always love to include hidden Mickeys on my Disney photos. So this was a great way to get it without overpowering this, because you don't think Mickey when you see Chewbacca, but this was at the park, so it needs a little hidden Mickey. This is actually something from a boy collection, but I was looking for the color, so that kind of orangey. I just wanted a pop of color. So I had these little golden stickers, but I still wanted just a little bit more, and I found this sticker that had the heart, and this came from this same collection. This is from Cocoa Vanilla. So I love their stuff, but this is from one of their first boy collections. So you can really pull a lot of stuff together. I would really encourage you to do this as well. It helps with cleanup. Just throw all of your embellishments together. You don't have to deal with it, and then just keep it out on your table to play with. This was day 14. So this is probably my least favorite layout of all of them, because I came home, I was trying to get one done really, really quick so that we could go out and celebrate Valentine's Day. And So I just had these random photos of my daughter at Christmas time when she went to the theater to watch one of her favorite movies coming out. And again, so all of these pieces here are from that photo play paper, Freebird. So it was here. These were scraps out of my little scrap bin over here. This was a full sheet of paper that I had pulled for the background of a page that I didn't use. So I just decided to cut it in half to really add some color. I wanted that little pop of pink and red going through here because she's got kind of like a reddish sweater on. So again, just super quick scraps tucked up, lots of layers underneath the photos. But it is a page done and it's ready for my album. You can see these layouts were quick. They don't have a lot of deep, meaningful journaling or anything like that. In fact, these I haven't written on because I have notes written, but I really want her to kind of talk to me, to tell me what she remembers and what really meant most to her, to get that on the pages. But again, 7 more layouts done this week and I am super stoked. So I hope you're enjoying that. I'll be back hopefully next week with another 7 layouts. We'll see. I'm going strong. I got to get some more kits and photos pulled together because right now I've kind of done them all. So I got to prep some more. Hope you enjoyed this. Again, I would love to hear if you're doing load or maybe you've done it in the past, what you think. I am loving it. I will have links down below to the Scrap Happy membership if you want to check it out. She does free events, all kinds of stuff. So definitely check out Alice. If you want to sign up, they have load events like 3 times a year. You can sign up just for the load event if you want, or you can sign up for the Scrap Happy membership, which is all year long, and you get access to all the load events. So I'll have her link down below. Check it out. If you do sign up, be sure to tell Alice that you kind of went over there from my channel. I would appreciate that. So have a great day, and hopefully I'll see you next week with another 7 layouts. Have a great day.